More technical difficulties. Executive studios of Brewer Ranch. New camera stand. Finally got it figured out. We're at the Watchmen Way. April 6th, 2020. I was late because I was interviewing the last member to our Charlie's Angels team. Lisa, Danielle, and Susie. Susie is the newest member. Susie got in because she had a couple of scoops this last week. So anyway, welcome, Susie. She's our investigative reporter. Stay calm. Don't panic. There's some crazy stuff coming. And I think backed up by President Trump's announcement. I hope most of you heard it, where he basically said, yeah, we're going after drug traffickers, but also human traffickers, especially trafficking women and children. And then went on to say, oh, and there's things that I've seen that you don't want to see, or something to that effect. It's on, guys. It's on. You know, the question is when is it on? I'm wondering if he hasn't been talking this game. See, because they all know, right? The deep state knows what's coming. Maybe he's trying to throw them off by throwing out the date of the Easter, right? Because it's really apparent at this point that Easter isn't going to happen, right? Because we're not even to the peak yet. And that might not be till the end of the month. So how can we wrap this thing up? Well, now here's what could happen. And they have the cure, right? They've got the cure for this thing. And in fact, some of the liberal states, they're actually either hiding this treatment. I cue something. They won't let doctors prescribe it in some states because they want this thing to blow up, right? And it's not doing what they wanted it to do. Again, I think China backstabbed the deep state. China was supposed to release the real COVID-19, and they released a knockoff, a flu. I mean, look at the mortality rates. They're running about 1% according to the doctors that's running the whole game for America. Dr. Fauci or Fauci, whatever his name is. Yeah, yesterday, 1% mortality rate. I mean, the flu's 2.5%. This isn't going to be the pandemic they made it out to be. And now they've got the treatment. And don't take any, that's the other thing. You notice the big push for vaccines? That's what this whole thing was about. The globalist, Bill Gates, this guy needs to hang. Look at him, how he's pushing on the vaccines. Wait till you find out. Okay. I almost lost you. You know what? We have to get a program director in here. Because it just seems to get worse every day. The lower tech we get, the more problems we have. Of course, operator error, so Oh, and I'm still would like to find somebody, because this is going to explode, guys. To take over, basically being the director of the ministries. Because so what's going to happen is, how I envision this working. So we've got 2014. God called me to be a watchman. That's what I've been doing ever since. About 10 weeks ago, he called me again, this time to lead the revival of his church, which Jesus taught 2,000 years ago, called the Way. It's pretty basic. Tell the truth every time. Do the right thing every time. Live your life in the service of others. Treat others with respect. No violence unless it's in self-defense. I mean, there's no holes in this thing. It's as pure as religion can be. So, where was I going? Damn it. Oh. Well, so 10 weeks ago, he calls me again. So now this is going to be once the rest happen, once we get through this rough patch, we switch gears as Watchmen, and we're going to be trying to expand this thing. God wants it ready for the collapse of the Catholic Church happening this year after the Pope resigns. So I'm looking for somebody to kind of coordinate between the ministries around the world of the Way and our people who will have funding for projects that they want to do. So that's kind of who I'm looking for, because it's fixing to get really busy. It's getting too busy right now. We probably need more help, but we'll keep you posted on that too. Staying calm. You know, we talk about being physically prepared, mentally prepared, and spiritually prepared. Part of the mentally prepared part is, you can't panic. You got to stay calm. It serves you no good purpose to go sideways, to panic. You got to take a deep breath. We are so much better off. I keep saying we couldn't write a better script. But we're in uncharted waters here. How this exactly plays out, I believe it's going to go very smoothly when you look at what's happening. But you never know, right? You guys have to start thinking about the scenarios that you might face. Security's got to be at the forefront right now for you and your families. Again, this isn't fear porn. This is just preparing for the worst. I don't think we're going to get it, but we need to prepare for it. What good does it do you to have a weapon to defend yourself, gun, whatever, and not maybe never used it, or has been years since you used it, or it's brand new? Go out and shoot this week. Pick a day, do it. If you have to use it, you're going to be glad you did. That's the last thing in the world you want, is to be uncertain about what you're doing in that type of a situation. See, those are the things that cause panic. Because what you're going to be thinking is, if someone's kicking in your front door, oh my God, I hope this thing works. I mean, think about that. Is that what you want to be thinking? And I'm, again, this isn't fear porn. But if this thing, say the supply chain broke and they couldn't keep the supermarkets stocked, in a few days, people are hungry. If they got kids to feed, they're going to do whatever it takes to feed them. You got to be thinking about that. And as well as, the criminals who are going to be out there trying to take advantage of the weak and hit somebody that's got some silver or gold. You got to be ready. And even though you're not supposed to broadcast it, you have to assume that a lot of your friends and neighbors know that you're stocked up. So think about these things. Run those scenarios. If you're at a stoplight, somebody tries to carjack you. And when this goes down, nobody should be going anywhere without a gun in the car, because you don't know what you're going to face out there. I mean, look what they did in Portland with Antifa. They were dragging elderly people out of their cars. They're not going to do that if you put a gun in their face. Or you're just going to have to show it to them. And they're going to turn tail, beat it. But you have to be prepared to use it once you pull it out. Know that. And these are the things you have to think about now. You don't want to be thinking about this when you're in the middle of it. When you got 1,000 things going on around you. And that's the other thing. It's not going to be like the range if this goes worst case, if there's rioting and looting on the streets. And you're out there for some reason. There's nothing to fear if you're prepared. And that's the whole package, mentally, spiritually, physically. Yeah, so I'm thinking that there's two possibilities here. And they did this a lot over the last 3 years. Whenever they had some big kind of a deadline up, right? Remember how they would kind of push it and push it and push it, and it seemed like every time they pushed it, something else would happen, another false flag. Well, they were trying to get them to expend all their energy and ammunition on garbage, right? Because what they do when they do that is they control the news cycle, right? Well, if they don't have something to throw out there, and of course we're talking a whole different situation this time around, but to get them off their game, he says the 12th, and it's not. I think, I don't know how this can, the more I run this through my head, this has to happen this month. There's just no way you can't keep the world economy down for months and not have some negative impact, a lot of negative impact. And when you look at how all the rest of this is framed out, they've kind of built a box here. It's got to happen here, right? There's too many things in play. What are they going to do now? If they don't do it now, and then what? They're going to have another pandemic in 3 months or 6 months or whatever it's going to be? No, you can't do this again. This is a one-shot deal. You started this. You got to finish it. That's where we're at. And it's just a matter of where is it going to be. So, and that's the other thing about having an undetermined end date is it keeps everybody guessing, right? Who knows? I mean, really, we've got, Easter is what we're kind of looking at. The other thing, obviously, I think that they would, how they roll it out. Do they just Monday morning people get up and the troops are on the street and the arrests have started or maybe even happened over the weekend? Um, don't think that as soon as they arrest Hillary Clinton that they're going to, announce it. They're going to wait until they got everything where they want it, all the people in that they want in on that phase, and there might be several phases once we get down the line, right? I think the big ones have to go this month, unless they're going to drag it out another 3 or 4 months. I mean, they have the time to do that. I mean, this thing could go into late summer, especially if they arrest like the political part now. They could run this through to June or July, really. And maybe that's why they put up those other dates. Is just because they're going to cover all their options, or all the possibilities. We know it's coming. Whether it's this weekend or next weekend or tomorrow, we have to be ready. And not panic. Stay calm. The worst thing you can do for your family is to panic. Take a deep breath. Analyze what's going on. Make the best decision you can. That's what you got to do. And trust me, if you run a lot of these scenarios through your head, you're going to feel a lot better about thinking about those things in the heat of the moment. So that's part of the mental preparedness, guys. So this announcement by POTUS guys is huge. I mean, I'm thinking most of you probably saw it, but because it was during the virus's daily virus debriefing or whatever press conference. Big stuff. And I think they're going to get Maduro. I think they're going to take him. I think they're going to go in and take him. Awesome. I'm telling you. If that happens, wait. The world leaders all over are going to be peeing their pants because they know their sovereignty means nothing. This is war. They have declared war on humanity, and the paybacks are coming. Justice is coming. And they're going to go anywhere they have to get these people. And the people in these countries, you think they're gonna try and stop us or want to stop us when they find out why we're coming for them? Because they've been torturing and murdering your children too, all around the world. So there's no safe haven for these guys. They've burned all their bridges. There's nowhere they can run to. Now when the people find out, they're screwed. There's not a one of them that can survive on the streets. Obama gets the virus. What a coincidence, huh? Well, you want to bet every single person, well, we know he's going down. And everyone so far that's got the virus is going down. It's like a marker. Oh, yeah, there's another one. Let's see. I know we get more fear porn. U.S. hospitals face severe shortages of test and protective equipment. The hospitals are empty. We've had, there's been, I don't know how many, several videos of just citizen reporters going into hospitals. And a lot of times there were hospitals like the day before they did a big news story about, how it was, jam-packed and they're running out of beds and these people are walking through the next day. Halls are empty. Yeah. It's not what they say it is. It's a flu. Don't worry about this thing. If you've got people in your family that are worried about this, tell them to calm down. Tell them not to have a heart attack over it. And there's people that are deathly afraid of this thing, you know, and people that shouldn't be. I mean, statistically, when you look at them, they're young people that are deathly afraid of this thing. Like if you're healthy and you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s, 50s, if it was a serious thing, you'd be okay. You know, a bad flu. This is like on the lower end of the spectrum, guys. I mean, China, I think that's happened. I think we're going to find out, too. I think they're going to tell the whole story. All of it. The whole thing. It's going to be great, guys. Yeah, here's something that's not so great. Oh, peak outbreak looming. Thanks. Food banks warn they'll soon run out of food as the economic suffering explodes around America. That's real. And that's why President Trump is so important. Because with where they put us, and I deal with it every day. You know, I talk to people almost every single day who are scraping to get a couple $100 together to get invested. And these are people with families, you know, and homes that are just barely getting by. This has got to change. This is ridiculous. I mean, look what we've done to our cities. Look at San Francisco. It's embarrassing. And what we're doing to these people. You know, we ran out of budget money, so we're putting the mentally ill, turning them out on the streets. We could fill up, I don't know how many hospitals, just in the Bay Area. It's like you can't go a block, you know, in some parts of town. You know, what kind of society does that to its weak and its infirm? It shouldn't happen here. Our founders are rolling over in their graves about that too, because we need to start taking better care of each other. And it's coming, guys. And the problem is that we're at the end. You know, there's nothing left. There's no reserves. That's why the Watchmen are going to be so important. Because with what God showed us, with these gifts from God, we're going to be able to save God knows how many people. And in these problems, we will end homelessness. Yeah, and hunger. This within our grasp. And with the funding, which we'll have, we'll get it done. Big things are coming. Big things are coming for the Watchmen. Get on board. If you want to be a better person, if you want to live your life in the service of others, if you want to do good in the world, you're at the right place. Because this doesn't end when we wrap all these guys up. It's just the beginning, really. You know, when I started this, and maybe that's why God didn't show it to me all in the beginning. But when he did, it was like a light bulb. Oh my God, it made such perfect sense. I mean, I should have put it together myself, but, you know, we're always thinking just paying it forward. It's really what we've been saying. It's exactly what we've been saying we're going to do, but just that, oh wow. And then he asked us. It's an honor. You know, this is huge. There's 1.2 billion Catholics. 1.2 billion Catholics. What do you think is going to happen to them when the Catholic Church is gone? This year. A lot of people looking for answers and comfort. And that's why keep saying it's going to be a tsunami on us. So we need to start getting ahead of this game with people that are like-minded, you know. And there's a lot of people that want to be involved in this, and tons that want to be involved. They just don't know it yet. They don't know about us. They don't know we're here. You know, we get any kind of national recognition, and we're at 100,000 members in a week, maybe in a day, because people are starved for this message. I've talked to, on this journey the last 5 years, hundreds of Christians who are leaving their churches because they're so disgusted by what's going on there. You know, churches, God's not happy with church. That's why he wants the way. And the reason that the elite never adopted the way was that they couldn't control it. There's no priest, there's no pope, there's no hierarchy. You know, our donations go from the donor into the hands of the needy. There's no middleman. The church is everywhere. It's in all of us. There's no buildings. You know, we either meet in each other's homes or at a job site. We're out in the streets. It's how we live our lives every day. Tell me the downside. Tell me something better. It's what people are looking for. You focus on what's important in your community. Who should know better what needs to happen in your communities? It's a perfect system. A perfect system that was stomped out because it didn't fit what the elites needed as far as their control structure. Those days are over now, guys. We're free for the first time since Babylon. First time since Babylon, we are truly free. You know, we thought we were free in America. We really weren't. I mean, there might have been 1 or 2 years there before they got us under their thumb with these bankruptcies and the economic system that they ran down our throats. All over. Clean slate. Reset's going to happen. Going to happen. You have to wipe the slate clean. Hold on to your money. Don't make any payments till the very last minute. Or not at all. Because it's all going to get wiped out. It's just a matter of when. And it could be a week from now. Or it could be, 3 months. But it's going to happen. There's no other choice. I've been saying for 5 years it's a mathematical certainty that the economy was going to collapse. It's a mathematical certainty. This is going to happen. So, get ahead of the game. I mean, that's what these gifts from God were about. It's he wants his people to control the monetary system in the next world. And look at how many, in the thousands, maybe the tens of thousands of Watchmen and Watchmen friends and family. I mean, and the good that we're going to do forever. This isn't going to stop. This is just going to grow. So we got 90% of the evil in the world being removed right now. At the same time, the way is exploding around the world. You don't need to be a scientist or a mathematician to understand that we're going to have a better place to live. By a long shot. Heaven on earth. Man's greatest age. 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. That's what's coming. Why is anybody nervous? Why is anybody scared? And there are people in their homes right now shaking. We had to do it this way. We needed to create this to get the targets off the street, get people in their homes, locked down, safe, so that the job can get done of taking these monsters out. And I think it's going on now, and it's going to go until they're done. We'll see. Uh, gold soars to 8-year high. I think it was over 1,700 today, didn't it? At least for a while. Crazy stuff, guys. U.S. virus totals pass 350,000. 350,000 people got the flu in a country of 320 million. 320 something million. Yellen, yeah, Janet Yellen, the genius, former head of the Fed, blames enormous debt and the buyback for coming default wave. She's the one, remember, that a couple of years ago said, oh, we'll never have another collapse. She's not saying that now. She's telling us it's coming. Morgan Stanley says it's all the Fed's fault. President Trump, this whole thing has been brilliant, been executed with perfection. Can't give these guys enough credit. Can't. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, wow, over 100. How about that? And climbing. Danielle, what's up? David? Chrissy? Lynn? How you doing? Dale? Cecil, what's up? Ray Lynn, how you doing? Oh boy. What's going on here? Fat fingers again. Let's see why we need a technical director. When we get into my new home in Sedona, maybe I'll have a real studio. Oh, look at that. Tessie, how you doing? Okay, Tessie. Gilbert, what's up? Fear will paralyze you guys. That's why you don't panic. No matter what, you do not panic. Let's see. Danielle, a school is still, this is in Arizona now, Phoenix, I think, still doing food pickups. Now kids' parenting are having to choose internet or food. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, she's saying the same thing. It's people are strapped. Chris and Nicole, how you doing? Allie and Michael. Gary, what's up? Amanda, how you doing? Samantha, our author, writing a book on her experiences with the swine flu and then picking up with the Watchmen and our pandemic, our virus. I think it might be the first book out on what's going on. Yeah, in the parks. Exactly, Dale. Wherever. It's all, God's not happy. Enough said. Things are changing. Debbie, how you doing? Ray Lynn just bought more Litecoin, and hubby actually bought silver. Good job. Buffy, what's up? Kathy, how you doing? Mike. There's Mike Janman, guys. Colloidal silver at a fraction of what you pay at GNC. And he produces it himself. Good stuff. You need it for your medical kits. It's a natural antibiotic. Phil, what's up? JC, what's up? Jenny's ready for the reset. Cecil's ready for the handcuffs. Yeah, Amanda knows what I'm talking about. Saw it herself. Don't pay off any bank cards. Good one, David. Well, I think a lot of people, I mean, me personally, I haven't been to church since parochial school. You know, I mean, maybe 3 or 4 times on Christmas, you know, Easter. But there's nothing there, you know, for somebody that's awake. That's right, Raylene. Exciting times. Listen, I wouldn't trade places with anybody in history. I keep saying it over and over again. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again because it's true. It's the most amazing time to be alive in history. More is going to happen when you combine the 10-year period of 5 years ago to 5 years in the future. More is going to happen than any other several thousand-year period. Crazy stuff. The world's changing basically overnight. Glenn, how you doing? Kathleen, we are the church, exactly. In the way, we are all the church. We are all the priest. There's no leaders. You know, it kind of goes by what you're doing. You're building a house, the guy's a contractor will lead that day. You know, there's no way to control this thing. You know, the money, there's no way to control the money. It's a perfect system. Shirley, how you doing? Stephen, what's up? Chris noticed the Queen mentioned children in her speech. She's going to hang. Yeah, good one, JC. Denominational walls built by men have to fall. There's only one way, one path, one truth. It's the way. It's simple, guys. It's like, listen, this is the church that God wants. This is the church that Jesus taught. What else do you want to hear? Those are facts. I mean, those are historical facts. You can look them up. And we're all going to be working together, like Cecil's saying. I said it yesterday. We're going to pull together like no time. And it's not just going to be America. It's going to be the world. Because here's the thing. I've been lucky enough to travel a little bit. And, you know, you always hear about, oh, these people don't like us and those people don't like us. And what I found is when you get out in the country and you travel and you meet people are good all around the world. You know, I mean, there's places that have been poisoned by this evil that we're eradicating. But for the most part, people are good-hearted. You know, the problem isn't the people. It's the control structure on those people and how they use that control structure to manipulate us and push us in. Would anybody be prostituting themselves or selling drugs if they could get a good job, everybody's going to be able to get a good job. Everybody's going to be able to make a good living. Both parents are not going to have to work. Kids are all going to be homeschooled with online educational systems. We're going to create the world as perfect as man can create it. You know, it's never going to be perfect, but when you have 90% of the world leaving the evil, and then the way, it's like the sky's the limit. And it's going to be a hell of a lot better right away than it is right now. Amanda asking, are you talking about the band or the World Health Organization and Lady Gaga? Mansfield, I heard something about that today. I didn't get a chance to look at it. Andrea, hello. Keith, I saw something about Lady Gaga. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, good question. Phil's asking, who's processing the test? Probably nobody. I mean, guys, it's fake. It's a cover for the worldwide economic collapse and the swamp takedown worldwide. Thanks, David. Joanne, how you doing? Tina, how you doing? Lynn. Well, I think history, I don't think, at least in this way, with these, here's the thing. These globalists have been responsible for every war, every terrorist attack the last 300 years. They're gone now. All of that influence is gone. So, and anybody that tries to replicate it, we're going to be on them. We're never going to allow this to get to the point that it was. And thank God, God gave us President Trump. Because, and of course, also had a big hand in this. Because we were done. You know, this was not looking good for humanity. Look where we are. It's, we're there. We're at the finish line. Yeah, bullion is good to get. You want $300 to $500. Shirley's asking about silver. $300 to $500 in dimes. 1964 older dimes are 90% silver under the junk silver tab. Then the rest of your silver investment, get it in 1 ounce pieces. Now, if you're going to invest $50,000, then get some 100-ounce bars, some 50-ounce bars, some 10-ounce bars. Mix it up a little bit. But for most people, dimes and 1 ounce rounds or bars, whatever's the least expensive they have. Don't pay extra for the premium. It's a waste of money. And Litecoin is a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies are the future of money. Make banks obsolete, coming at a perfect time when people will never want to use banks again. They won't have to because we have cryptocurrency. Litecoin, there's 84 million in the world total. Never will be more than that. 64 million have already been sold. It's a whole toilet paper economics. I just made up a new economic term. Toilet paper economics. That's what's going to happen to silver and Litecoin. Toilet paper economics. Everybody in the world is going to be rushing for it. Multiplied by 100 with a toilet paper shortage. Because this really means something. The toilet paper, I never did understand. But everybody's going to understand this. Because they're going to know right away we need assets outside the system. That's precious metals and cryptocurrencies, which means Litecoin and silver for us. Everybody should have, you're not prepared if you don't have both physical silver and Litecoin. And you're going to lose all your paper assets. Stocks, bonds, pension funds, 401ks, your bank accounts. Oh, God. What am I doing? Phil just bought 45 Litecoin on Gemini. Oh, order was filled immediately. There you go, guys. Gemini, if you're having trouble with Coinbase. Cody got 35 silver ounces. Good job, Cody. Yeah, we've had some military helicopters flying over pretty high. Susie called a credit card. Oh, there's Susie. There's our third angel, Kate. She's going to be Kate, she says. Yeah, the churches are going to be in our homes, guys. You know, and really, we're very seldom going to do that because we're going to be out doing good. You know, God was not happy with us sitting in church for an hour and then thinking we were good Christians. That's not what he had in mind. That's not what the way is about. It's a whole different way of looking at things. The world, your family, your relationships, it deepens everything. And trust me, guys, with as shallow as we have gotten, it's embarrassing. You know, for the last 5 years, I could hardly go to a party or talk to people because they were talking, you know, what was important to them was the basketball game or the Super Bowl. And this shit's going on around the world. And they're totally distracted. Shallow. You know, more interested in their tennis shoes than kids being tortured and murdered to death. Murdered to death. Yeah, well, murdered. You know what I mean. That's scary. Danielle preaches better than most preachers. Okay, Danielle. Pope is done. That's right, David. Ray Lynn's husband's got a CT scan tomorrow. Let's pray for him. Oh, how'd you guys like my prayer last night? That's the official Watchmen prayer. I'll do it again tonight. I'm going to do it every night now. Tommy, how you doing? Well, just wait, guys. Just wait to see what happens. This isn't over yet. Wait to see where he goes. See how far he gets. Okay, let's see. Stay strong, stay united. Well, this is, yeah, Amanda, that's right. I mean, this is kind of the way, right? I mean, we're not meeting in a church and we're talking about some pretty important stuff, life changing stuff. Yeah, that's right, Danielle. No kid is growing up thinking they want to be a stripper. So much more on the line for sure. Eric, what's up? Yeah, nobody on the Watchmen is gonna have to worry about working again. If you got two Litecoin and you hold them for 4 years, if you have one Litecoin and you hold it for 4 years, what today's prices now? Well, one Litecoin. I mean, it's going to be worth 3 million. I think that number's conservative. I still do. John, what's up? Gilbert, what's up? Yeah, it's a system under judgment, not the people. And then judgment is coming. Justice is coming. Yeah, we're all in this together. Where we go one, we go all. Yeah, get your cash out of anything you can. Stocks, bonds, if you can get it out of your 401k or pension fund, get it out. If as a second option, you can transfer it into not paper silver, but physical silver that they're going to store for you in a vault. That's your next best option. You're welcome, Kevin. Joseph just bought 10 more Litecoin using the Light Wallet. I don't know what that is, or he's not familiar with it. Thanks, David. Joseph just bought his first silver 1964 Kennedys. $50, yeah. Get some dimes too, guys. You got to have dimes. Got to remember, a dime when this goes down could be worth $80. Something you just paid $1.25 for could be 80. So the halves are going to be like 5 times that, right? You got to think about change. That's why you like the dimes. That's why I'm recommending you get dimes. You got to get a pair of tin snips at a hardware store. That way you can trim your dimes, cut them down. That's how you're going to get your change. Everybody's going to have a scale if this happens, if it goes to worst case scenario. I don't think it is, but you got to be ready for it. Judy, how you doing? One Litecoin that's the other thing. Litecoin was up 12% or something. Is over $4 up. It was almost 45, 44 something before I came on. Yeah, everybody's meant to be here. Everybody's here is here for a reason. Yeah, shallow people that aren't going to be shallow for much longer because this is going to wake them the hell up. This is going to show them there's something more important than, who's winning the football game or the baseball game or whatever, or the dance show or the singing show or. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, guys. I mean, I like watching some of those shows, but it's like some people, their lives revolve around it. And I hope we get to the point where we can do that, but this isn't it, and it hasn't been for a long time. Ruth, how you doing? Ruth is late. Detention, yeah. Yeah, like don't be, I tell you guys the price kind of every day. Wow, Litecoin is up to 46.72. It was 44 something before I came on, guys. This might be it. Be ready for tomorrow. Get your Litecoin, guys. Get your silver. Do it as quick as you can. I think before the end of the year, Litecoin is $1,000 minimum. It could be $75,000 by the end of the year. Silver's easily $1,000 by the end of the year, and could be 5 or 8 or more. This is, guys, this has never happened in history. In 1929, which is supposed to be the worst financial disaster the world's seen to this point, only 30% of Americans were impacted. Maybe 5% of the rest of the world. This already has impacted every person in the world just by what's happening right now. And it's not over yet. Wait until they lose their bank accounts and their pensions. That's Litecoin and physical silver are insurance against what's coming. That's the way to look at this. Everybody should have some. I've got 100% of my liquid assets in physical silver and Litecoin. If it just do 10%. If you do 10% and you've got a decent portfolio, you're going to be fine. You're going to kick yourself for not doing more, all of it, but you're going to be fine. You never have to worry about money. Most people that just put 10% of their investment portfolio into physical silver Litecoin, their kids would never have to worry about money again. Darren, it'll tell you if you do everything properly, and you really can't do it wrong. There's no way to really do it wrong. It's going to show up in your Ledger Live. It'll show up on the screen, in the program on your computer. Litecoin's going to have a huge month, guys. It's over. Listen, if you don't get it before this goes down, you're not going to get it, because the exchanges are going to close down within an hour of the collapse. Watch what happens. Prices are going to be going up so crazy they won't sell it. They're not going to sell it. They're going to shut down. And it might be days or weeks before they reopen. Then it's not going to be 45, 47. It's going to be 800, 900. Silver's going to be 80, 100 or more, 500. Get it now, because you're never going to see these prices again. What you're seeing right now, you're never going to see them again. This thing's on. It's happening. Everything that you see every day, something else pops up that's proof it's coming. Yeah, nothing is a coincidence. Wow, that jumped $2 in a few minutes. It looks like from the screen. Amy, Raina, how you doing? David says most of the Dodgers are watching our show. Is that true, David? David's got an in with the Dodgers. Don't you know Tommy Lasorda, David? I think David knows Tommy Lasorda. He's from Modesto. That's where David's from. Chrissy, how you doing? You're welcome, Darren. take that tiny savings, Melody. Melody, take whatever it is. $100 could change your life. If you put 50 in Litecoin and 50 in physical silver, you're going to have one Litecoin right now if you do it today. Plus, that's going to be worth $3 million in 4 years, 2024. Some analysts believe 2024 Litecoin will be worth $3 million apiece. I think that number is conservative. Again, there's only 84 million. 64 million have already been sold. Again, look what happened with the toilet paper. All Litecoin is gone for sure. Okay, where am I at? What am I doing here? Yeah, what did I do? I went the wrong way. Jesse 2, how you doing? Get as much as you can, guys. The more you get, the more you're going to be able to pay forward. And if it's money that you just leave in the bank anyway, you're going to lose it. Put it in Litecoin if you can, or silver. You got to have both. Sister-in-law Heidi, how you doing? Niece Danielle, how you doing? Susan, how you doing? Do what you can. Do what you can, Dennis. Use your credit cards if you can. Jeremy, what's up? Yeah, it is almost party time, guys. We're almost there. Okay, guys. That's all the questions. Be positive when you're out there. Remember, it's how you frame your first question is going to be the key to getting people. And we've talked about it. How would you like to be a part of the greatest transfer of wealth in human history? You got to say yes. Do what you can do. Again, 2-minute warning. Not much time left. Let's get every last person we can. Every person matters. Let's push through to the end. I'm going to end it with my prayer. For God and country, amen. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.